except for sport events. When was the last time you planned to see a TV show when it aired live for the first time? You can come up with some names, but it will probably be a short list.
Expanding possibilities, the mindset zone.
I'm your host, Anna Melikian, and before we start with today's show, please remember to visit mindset.zone. Yes, instead of .com, it's .zone. There you can find all the episodes and other amazing resources, all at mindset.zone. Recently, I read an article originally published in The Atlantic in 2018 titled "The World Needs Netflix Minis." The writer is Daniel Pink, author of 5 New York Times bestseller. His most recent one is The Power of Regret: How Looking Backward Moves Us Forward. And I could do a series of podcast episodes about his books, but that's a story for another time. In the article, he argues that what's even scarcer than attention is intention. And Pink illustrates this point with his TV habits, telling the readers that very few shows rise to the status of intentional viewing. In fact, I will dare you and ask you, when was the last time you planned to see a TV show when it aired live for the first time? Yes, we all know people who plan their entire day around watching their favorite sports teams play. And when it's time to playoffs, they are glued to the TV intentionally. And no wonder advertisers pay more than $5 million per 30-second commercials during the Super Bowl. But except for sport events, when was the last time you planned to see a TV show when it aired live for the first time? You can come up with some names, but it will probably be a short list. Yes, there is a lot of media content out there that does an incredible job of capturing and retaining our attention. Think of the TV shows we binge, the YouTube videos we watch, the posts, stories, reels on Instagram and Facebook that suck our attention. Study shows that the elusive average American spends more than 7 hours a day looking at the screen. Yet, very rarely do we intentionally do this. Thus, Pink's point is that what's even scarcer than attention is intention. And I will go even further and argue that because our attention is captured in so many different ways and powerful ways, nowadays, every day, at every moment, intentionally is becoming a very rare phenomenon. Why is this a problem? Let's put aside the article and the very amazing and interesting, thought-provoking points Pink makes there. Namely, how creators can seize the opportunity to reimagine the structure and the grammar of their content. It's fascinating. And you can read the article and wonder. I will add the link to it in the show notes of this episode. Here, I want to purposefully focus on why intentionality being so scarce in our lives can prevent us from tapping into our fullest potential. Let's think about mindsets. We can define mindsets as habits our mind creates based on previous experiences. If the mental habits we are creating are primary reactive, and don't allow space for intentionality, we can be leaving a lot on the table. Do you ever arrive at the end of the day wondering where the time went? Even if you have a practice of gratefulness that creates a space to verbalize or write down something you were thankful for the day, did you catch yourself thinking, what did I do today? What I am truly grateful for? I know I did a lot today, but I almost can remember where the time went and what I did. And you know that this is different than being in the flow. When we are in the flow, time also goes fast, but there is a sense of purpose and achievement associated with it. When our attention is hijacked unintentionally, we feel hazy. The day was a blur. Yes, we did a lot. Yes, we focused on many things we didn't intended to focus on. That is more like if we are becoming like an automaton. We are having a robotic experience as if we were in an unintentional trance. These are not creative, fulfilling experiences. Intentional, intention, intent. These words usually imply directing one attention with a plan or purpose. And so often our attention can be captured without a plan of purpose. It's like the outside world determines what you are paying attention to. We are just reacting to it. No wonder we can feel like robots, capable of carrying out a complex series of actions in a mechanical and unemotional manner all day long. If we learn to be more intentional, we regain the power of placing our attention on achieving our goals, ambitions, and aspirations. We live on purpose. We can be more proactive and choose more meaning-creating activities. We can cultivate mindsets that allow us to be more in the flow, nurtured by positive emotions, and build better relationships with others. How do we go about cultivating intentionality in our day-to-day? The other day, a podcast listener told me she's more mindful when washing her hands because of my conversation with an incredible mindfulness teacher in the Mindset Zone episode titled Decluttering Your Mind with Harriet Stein. And I will include the link to it under the show notes. And yes, it can be that simple. But to create intention, we have to be able to press the pause button to choose what to do next. One of my favorite quotes is, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. It's worth repeating it. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Powerful. The challenge is to press the pause button that allows us to see that space, that gives us the power to choose our response. And this is very difficult when circumstances are tough or when life throws us a curveball. We can learn to press this pause button in order to respond to life challenge without reacting, without falling into old habits. Instead, we can be more proactive and choose positivity rather than negativity. And in order to do this, we need to strengthen our mental fitness. Think, if we are physically fit, We can climb several flights of stairs without losing our breath and arrive at whatever floor we need to go to without being out of breath and with enough energy to do whatever we need to do and even enjoying the process. If we strengthen our mental fitness, we can handle life challenge without getting overwhelmed or immersed in negativity so easily. Even when we fall into negative emotions, what will certainly happen, we can recover faster and be more resilient. And we can start by paying detailed attention to something as simple as washing our hands or focusing our attention on the sensations of breathing. You can intentionally focus your attention in one breath, even keeping your eyes fully open and aware of your surroundings. Just give it a try. Here and now, you can be more intentional with your attention. Think of it as a muscle that you can strengthen. You can do it.
Expanding possibilities, the mindset zone.
Thank you for listening, and remember to visit mindset.zone. Yes, instead of .com, it's .zone. There you can find all the episodes and other amazing resources, all at mindset.zone. As always, I'm so grateful you are here. Expand what's possible for you, for the ones around you, for the world.